If you think you know Pandora, think again. Before you walk into Avatar Fire and Ash, here are the facts and trivia that will make the movie richer, smarter, and yes, more controversial. I'll give you the bits the trailers gloss over, the behind the scenes choices that shape what you're about to see, and the story bits you should watch for without spoiling the plot. This is your pre-flight briefing for James Cameron's latest cinematic behemoth. Let's enjoy cinema.
The fire came from the mountain, burnt our forest.
First, release and scale. Fire and Ash hits theaters December 19th, 2025, and it arrives with a runtime that demands attention, almost 3 hours and a quarter. This is not a popcorn snack, it's a cinematic meal designed to be digested slowly. Cameron doubled down on spectacle and immersion, which means the frame will be busy and beautifully so.
Then the Na'vi people will be gone. Whoa.
Now the obvious. James Cameron returned to direct, co-writing the screenplay with Rick Jaffa and Amanda Silver, and the core cast is mostly back. Expect Zoe Saldana, Sam Worthington, Kate Winslet, and a contingent of familiar faces to anchor the emotional core. Cameron's long-term collaborators and a large VFX army worked for years to deliver visuals that push the envelope again. What that means practically: richer world building, new ecosystems, and scenes built more like theme park attractions than traditional set pieces.
This is the only pure thing in this world.
Here is a production nugget that changes how you see the film. The visual effects and motion capture pipeline Cameron uses are now faster and more integrated, but still painstaking. That paint shows on screen as denser frames and more characters interacting with digital environments. Look for longer takes where real actors and virtual creatures inhabit the same moment. Cameron prefers to stage the sequences in camera as much as possible, even when much of the set is virtual. It's a technical philosophy with clear pros and cons, visceral presence versus sometimes overwhelming visual information.
How do you still live?
What if every human being on Earth could live here without a mask?
Controversial opinion incoming. Spectacle sometimes masks weak plotting. The first Avatar balanced novelty and theme, the second leaned into family drama and environmental politics. Fire and Ash doubled down on sensory overload. If you prize story above all, you might find spots where the movie leans on visual majesty to carry emotional beats. That's not a flaw for everyone, but go in knowing that Cameron's priority here is scale and experience first.
We must fight!
Trivia time. John Landau receives the posthumous producer credit. His presence shaped marketing and a steady hand that kept production on track for years. The composer Simon Franklin carries forward themes first created by James Horner, weaving familiar motifs into new arrangements. Listening for those motifs in key moments will reward fans who love the original score.
You need me.
There are new tribes and new ecologies, including a faction of Na'vi with a different cultural structure and power topology. The trailers tease Ash Na'vi and Wind traders, which suggest territorial conflicts and trade routes that expand Pandora beyond a single ecosystem. When characters talk about the Ash or the Wind, they are naming whole cultural experiences, not just scenery. Pay attention to language, costume detail, and the way the camera frames community rituals. Cameron is obsessive about those surface details. They usually matter. Casting choices matter. Expect some returnees to carry heavier emotional loads. At the same time, fresh faces appear who'll change the franchise's balance of sympathy and villainy. If you spot shifts in costume detail, certain sigils, animal companions, or even scars, they are there to telegraph aliases or betrayals. Costume designers and makeup teams shelled out for small, repeatable visual motifs. Notice them and you'll follow subtext easier.
spread your fire across the world.
A meta trivia point: Cameron delays films for a reason. The series has a history of pushes and postponements that allowed innovations in VFX and performance capture to mature. Fire and Ash benefited from that delay cycle. The film's effects sequences reflect several years of iterative improvements. The trade-off? Fans waited longer and expectations grew commensurately. That's why reactions will be polarized. Some viewers will celebrate the achievement, while others will ask whether expectations inflation shortchanges story. Easter egg hunters don't miss the callbacks. The production intentionally reuses environmental motifs and musical cues from the 2009 original and The Way of Water to maintain continuity. Small set pieces replicate visual patterns, a rock formation, a particular plant, a melody that ties the new film back into the trilogy's emotional DNA. Spot those and the film rewards long-term fans with genuine connective tissue rather than cheap nostalgia. Let's talk runtime structure without spoilers. The film is built in 3 acts, where the middle act is deliberately expansive. More world building, more politics, more movement. Cameron is less interested in rapid-fire plot delivery than in stage-setting a complicated conflict. If you like films that let the world breathe, you'll find this structure generous. If you prefer tight thrillers, be ready for interludes that exist to deepen stakes rather than to accelerate plot. Now some practical advice. See it in a big screen, preferably IMAX or premium large format if available. The movie design rewards scale. Panoramas, layered action, and low-frequency soundscape that theatrical sound systems do best. Also respect the runtime, stay for the credits. Cameron tends to hide mid and post-credit moments that either reshape scenes you thought you understood or signal where the franchise is going next. A small but telling detail. Costume and creature textures were hand-refined. Even when creatures are mostly digital, artists add tactile imperfections to make them feel real. Healed scars, patched armors, slightly off-center jewelry. Those choices tell you which cultures value age and which prize youth. Watch a close-up for 10 seconds and you learn more about a society than 3 expository lines deliver.
I call upon the warrior mother!
Finally, keep your expectations in check. Fire and Ash is both a technical manifesto and a continuation of a mythos. It will thrill, it will awe, and it will provoke debate. If you go in excited but curious, you'll get more out of it than if you arrive angry about delays or suspicious of a spectacle. The film is meant to be experienced first, interpreted second. A few last watching strategies. Bring patience and a notebook if you want to follow themes. Literal motifs show up again and again, and if you jot them down, you'll be amazed how the film layers meaning through repetition. Watch character entrances closely. Cameron often stages a visual flourish that defines a character's trajectory for the next hour. Listen for the score when dialogue drops away. Franklin and Horner's original themes use quiet underscoring to hint at emotional shifts before. Rewatch selectively. Certain sequences are designed to reveal new information on a second viewing. If you love world building, plan a rewatch within a week to connect the musical callbacks and visual echoes. And don't be afraid to argue about it. Great films should split opinion. Watch, think, and then we'll debate which choices earn them screen time. Thanks for watching, like this video if this helped, subscribe for more videos about the amazing world of cinema. Until next time, don't forget to enjoy cinema.